Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my NBA DraftKings picks for Thursday, November 2nd. Today on this Thursday, we've only got a 2-game slate, so this video is going to be pretty short. I'm not going to go position by position. Instead, I'm just going to go through sort of the whole player pool, just hit on some guys I like. I feel like if I go position by position on a 2-game slate, I'll kind of just be repeating myself. So just going to go through the whole player pool, or not every single player, but I'll just hit on the guys that I like, maybe the guys up top, mid-tier, and if they're value plays, I'll be sure to hit on those. And like always, I will build the core as we go. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Looking up top, Kevin Durant, the most expensive player on today's slate, 9,700 going up against the Spurs. I love this spot for KD. The Spurs are going to be without Kawhi Leonard, so there's not really anybody on that defense that's going to be able to stop him. KD is definitely a guy I'm going to be plugging in today at 9,700. Just love the matchup. No Kawhi Leonard. Like I said, nobody's really going to be able to stop him defensively. So KD should just have his way in this matchup. So I like him. He's probably my favorite stud on the slate. I think it is pretty tough between KD, Lillard, and Curry, trying to pick between those three. I think all three are in play. Dame gets to face the Lakers. That's obviously a great matchup. Steph gets to face the Spurs, who aren't that good defensively against the point guard. But I'm going to be rolling with KD today at 9,700. I think you can play Dame and Curry. Both of them are definitely in play. It's a 2-game slate. I shouldn't have to tell you to pay up for those guys. Same with LaMarcus Aldridge. Not the best matchup against Draymond Green, but if the Spurs are going to stay competitive in this game, you would think it's going to be because of LMA. He is their go-to guy when Kawhi is out. He gets a ton of usage, takes a ton of shots. So if you want to pay up for him, he's fine, but it is a tough matchup. Draymond Green, really good defender. CJ McCollum, another guy I really like here. I didn't get any exposure to Dame in the course, so definitely going to have some exposure to Portland some way. And I'm going to be doing that with CJ McCollum. I feel like one of these guys is going to go off, him or Dame. Both of them probably will have a good game. The Lakers just aren't that good defensively as a team. They do have KCP, who's a good defender, but they're not going to be able to stop this dynamic duo of Dame and CJ. These guys are just too good. So CJ's a guy I really like here, getting a little bit of a discount off of Dame, still getting some exposure to Portland. We know CJ has the upside. He can score a ton. And in a game against the Lakers that's going to be fast-paced, I think CJ is a guy I really like here at 7,700. And then under him, we got Draymond Green against the Spurs. I don't think I'm going to be on Draymond today. The matchup's not great. Spurs good defensively against the power forward. Draymond, there's just other guys in that price tier I'd rather have. I'd rather have CJ. I'd rather have Lonzo Ball, 7,100 against Portland. Ball gets to see Dame defense. Damian Lillard, not a very good defender. And Lonzo Ball could really have a good game if he gets to be matched up with Damian Lillard. So I think he's in play at 7,100. But definitely my favorite guy in that 7K range is CJ at 7,700. And then Klay Thompson, 6,700. I think Klay Thompson, a guy, if you want to get some mid-tier exposure to the Warriors, you don't want to pay up for KD or Steph. Definitely look at Klay Thompson here. The Spurs aren't good defensively against a shooting guard. It's going to be tough for them to chase Klay around. We know Klay very good at moving without the ball in his hands. And a bunch of those old guards for the Spurs aren't going to be able to chase him around, I feel like. So Klay Thompson at 6,700, definitely a guy I like here. Getting some exposure to the Warriors and not having to pay a premium. I think he's in play. Jusuf Nurkic, love this spot for Nurkic. Love his price tag. A guy I'm going to be plugging into the court, 5,900. Just a good matchup for Nurkic. We know Brook Lopez is not a very good rebounder. So Nurkic should definitely be able to dominate the boards in this spot. And with how fast-paced this game should be, there should definitely be a ton of shots taken, a ton of chances for Nurkic to grab some rebounds. So he is a guy I absolutely love today at his price tag. We only need 35, 36 points for 6x value, which he could totally get against the Lakers. So I love Nurkic today, love his price tag. Definitely my favorite center on the slate at 5,900. For that reason, like I said, he's my favorite center. Not going to be on Brook Lopez at 5,600. I'd much rather have Nurkic for 5,900. He's my favorite center on the slate. I'm looking for some of these mid-tier guys that we can target. There aren't a ton of guys I see here that I'm absolutely in love with. Definitely like Larry Nance today at 5,200. I will be plugging him into the core. I just think Larry Nance is too cheap for how much upside this guy has. When he gets the minutes, he can definitely put up some really good games. And at just 5,200, for him to get 6x value, you need 30 DraftKings points, which he has definitely been doing as of late. If you just look in his last 4 games, he's had 2 games over 30 DraftKings points, had a 25 in there, didn't do much against Toronto. He only put up 12 DK points in that game, but he only played 17 minutes. He is starting to see his minutes sort of get a lot more consistent. They're starting to increase. He's played 32 and 27 minutes. in the last 2 games. He is starting for the Lakers. Julius Randle does play off the bench. Anytime Larry Nance is going to see over 25, close to 30 minutes, definitely a guy you want to consider, especially at 5,200. Because when he's on the court, he's going to grab rebounds. He'll score the ball as well. And Portland does struggle against power forwards. They're not that great defensively. So definitely like Larry Nance here. 5,200, a guy I really like for value if you're looking for some value. Then another value play I like, 4,900, Al-Farouq Aminu going up against the Lakers. Aminu, a guy I think that's just a little bit too cheap for how consistent, how well he's been performing lately. And he's in a great matchup today against the Lakers, who just aren't that good defensively against forwards. Aminu's been playing a lot of minutes lately, over 30 minutes in 2 of his last 4 games. Played 29 minutes in another game in 26. So the minutes are pretty consistent for Aminu. The fantasy scoring has been pretty consistent as well, 23, 39, 27, and 18 DraftKings points in his last 4 games. He has flashed his upside in his last 4 games, had a game where he put up 39 DK points against the Clippers. So if this guy gets me 30 DK points at 4,900, that's obviously great value, which I definitely think he can get there against the Lakers. So here's another guy I like plugging into the core 5. Love the price tag of just 4,900, and obviously the matchup's great against the Lakers. And then just looking for maybe some cheap guys we can target. Not a ton I really see here. Julius Randle's really a GPP play I could target just because if he's on the court. If he sees 20, 25 minutes, this guy can definitely provide you fantasy points when he's on the court. But his minutes are very inconsistent. We don't really know what we're going to get from him minutes-wise. If you just look in his last 4 games, he's played 19, 24, 19, and 17 minutes. So I think a reasonable projection for him minutes-wise would probably be in the low 20s, maybe like 20, 22-ish kind of minutes. And I think he can get 30 DraftKings points in 22 minutes. He's done it before. So he's a GPP play I like, but definitely wouldn't target him in cash if you're playing cash on this slate, just because the minutes are so inconsistent. But Randle definitely has the upside when he's on the court. He'll rebound, he'll score, he'll dish out some assists as well. So I think he's a fine value play for tournaments at 4,700. Jordan Clarkson, another guy I think you can target for value at just 4K. Really cheap price tag. We know Clarkson, he does play off the bench, but this guy can provide you plenty of scoring, plenty of fantasy points when he does come off the bench. And he is just 4K today. That's a very cheap price tag. For 6x value, you only need 24 DK points from him. And he can definitely get that. He's had 2 games where he's gotten 23 and 20 in his last 2. Clarkson's minutes have definitely been down this season. We saw him last year kind of play in the mid-20s. Now he's playing in like the mid-teens, low 20s, which is definitely a concern for me. But he is just 4K. That price tag is really nice on him. This game's going to be played at a very fast pace. I think Clarkson's going to have to score when he comes off the bench. So if you want to target him as a cheap value play, I think he's a fine guy to target at 4K. And yeah, I think that might be it for this slate, guys. Like I said, this video is going to be really short. There's just not a lot to go over. It's a short slate, not a ton of guys to look at, only 2 games. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it for our 5 plays for today. Ran with CJ McCollum, Kevin Durant, Larry Nance Jr., Jusuf Nurkic, and Al-Farouq Aminu. You can definitely consider putting some of these guys into your lineups. And one thing I did want to hit on quickly, guys, this video is going to be pretty short, so I figured I could talk for a minute or 2. I don't have a problem with you guys building lineups around the 5 plays. You can definitely do that if you want to. But the reason I give out these 5 plays is so you can just know who my 5 plays are, or who my 5 core plays are for today. These are some guys that you can consider putting into your lineups. I guess you can just build a lineup, just fill out the 3 spots if you want to, but that's not really the reason I give these 5 plays. Hopefully before you watch my video, you have an idea of who you like for today and who you are looking to target. So maybe if me and you both agree on a player, then maybe you want to plug in that guy, and if we both disagree on a player, then obviously you want to fade him. But just because I say I like Kevin Durant today, maybe you don't like Kevin Durant, doesn't mean you should just play Kevin Durant because I like him. I'm not a god, I obviously get plays wrong at times. So always roll with your gut first, guys. Don't just always follow me. I give these 5 plays just so I can give you 5 guys that I'm looking to target. This isn't necessarily me just building you a lineup, which I think some people think I'm doing. So yeah, guys, hope you understand what I'm saying there. Because definitely we're going to have some nights where the 5 plays don't work out. So maybe if you just want to pick a couple guys, maybe like McCollum or Durant, or if you like Nance for value, maybe you'll plug him in. But don't just play every 5 plays. Kind of have an idea of who you like and who you want to play. And like I said, maybe if we both agree on somebody, then maybe that's somebody that you could consider. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like if you did enjoy. Also, be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. I do make these NBA videos daily. They're usually a lot longer than this. I usually go a lot more in depth. But since it is just a 2-game slate today, obviously not a ton of players to hit on. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, she shaking fast. Yeah, she dropping slow. What? Yeah, neck on fro. Whoa, 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 whoa.